Join us now for the expert source for inside information on the options markets. It's time for Options Insider Radio with your host, Mark Longo.
Welcome back to Options Insider Radio. We have another first-time guest joining us on the program right now. That's one of the reasons we love OIC, because we get so many different perspectives. We get the brokerage side, the education side, the trading side, the exchange side, and of course the tech vendor side, which is always an interesting perspective that we don't get enough of on the show. So we're being joined right now by Stephen Choi. He is the co-founder of Livevol. Stephen, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
I've known you guys for a while now, and I've wanted to bring you on the show for quite a while because I think your product is very intriguing, and there's a lot of interest out there from a certain segment of the population. But I'm sure right now, a lot of people at home saying, what the heck is Livevol? Never heard of it. So let's start there. Give us a little bit of your background in the option space, and then what you've started with Livevol and what it is that you guys do.
Okay. I started for IBKR. It's Timber Hill. They're the largest options market-making firm in the world. I started there in 1998, and then in 2003, me and Ron Horwath, who's also co-founder of Livevol, we decided to start our own trading firm, and that's kind of how everything started. So when we started, we knew that the market going forward was going to be electronic, and that we're going to need better tools so we can do the analysis to make good trading decisions. And when we looked around, there was none out there. So for me, if there was a product out there already, I would have bought it. But since there wasn't any, we were kind of forced to build our own tools. And after a while, it kind of got to a point where, all the guys that were trading around me said, hey, I'll pay for that product if you guys actually make it into a commercialized product. And in 2006, we created Livevol. And that's how it got started. And currently we have probably about 90% of the market makers on the NYC Arca Exchange, which is located in San Francisco, using the product right now.
So do you have a coding background as well, or how did you get into that aspect of it? Did you guys bring in some outside coders to build what you thought would work?
Yeah, for me, I have no coding background. I'm lucky if I can send my email with the correct attachment. But my business partner, Ron, he's a good coder, and most of our staff are engineers. So we brought outside help in, and they're the ones doing all the coding.
And you mentioned you wanted a product that you wanted to use. A lot of people are probably still confused. What exactly is Livevol? I mean, the name obviously implies volatility. So give us a little bit more granularity on what it is you guys offer.
Right. So basically what was happening was I was using multiple applications to get the data I needed to make a good trading decision. So for example, I would have had to go to one place for volatility, another place for order flow information, another place for news. And then there was a lot of stuff that I really wanted to know, which is historical pricing and volatility information that just wasn't available at all. And it was just taking a lot of time away from me trading. So if you can imagine you have 6.5 hours to make money, and you're spending an extra hour a day doing research before you can execute a trade, over the long run, if you're going to make X amount of cash per year, you can kind of just know how much you're losing by having to spend that much time researching. So we built this product. And basically what it does is allows you to have all the data that you need to make good trading decisions. And it's all in one place. It's easy to use, and it's very efficient. So I use it every day. So that's kind of my role, is to use it to make sure that it's usable and the data that's in there is actually correct.
Now, you'll be happy to know that it is getting some penetration. I had dinner with some prop trader friends of mine who I used to trade with back in the day. The conversation actually turned towards Livevol. They're on prop desks, and you'd assume that a lot of these prop shops would have some sort of offering that would be at least somehow comparable to this, and they said they have nothing. They get leverage, they get access to market data and quotes. So a lot of them actually subscribe to Livevol because it's an additional resource for them. you're getting penetration out there, which is good. On the flip side, a lot of them also ask me, even though they're paying for it and they're using it, who I thought the ultimate end user was and who you guys were really targeting. So is your ideal end user the market maker, the prop trader? Are you going maybe for even beyond that a little bit, some other audiences? Who are you looking at to use Livevol?
All of the above. Yeah, basically...
we'll take what we can get, right?
Basically, the people that we're after are people who are serious about trading options. So basically, to use our product, you would have to be beyond understanding like what a call might be, what a straddle might be. What we're looking for is people who, in this new electronic marketplace, need information quickly and efficiently to make good trading decisions. And that is a lot of it is using historical data to kind of forecast the future data. So we have a lot of prop traders who are professional traders who are trading upstairs, and they might be trading their money. There are institutional traders, they're buy and sell side funds, and also sophisticated retail traders. And I think the part of the retail segment is growing very rapidly. I think retail investors are becoming very sophisticated. And one of the things I think people really love about our product is that you are actually getting the exact same software that I'm using to make trading decisions on the floor. And I'm not giving you some like watered down retail product. It is the actual software that hedge funds use, that floor market makers use, that brokers use. Those are the ones that you're using as well.
Now, I think it's interesting you mentioned the retail. I think because we've even spoken about this off the show, that's a very dynamic and growing segment of the options audience. If you had told me 5 years ago what was retail, what was institutional in the options space, there was the 5-up guy, 10-up guy, and there was a 1,000-up guy, and there wasn't much in the middle. And now this kind of high-end retail has emerged through good tools on the brokerage sites, on free sites like ours and OIC. They've educated themselves. They've built up their account size. They trade larger size now. And more importantly, for guys like you, they're looking for better tools, and they're willing to pay for them. So I think that's definitely, going forward, a large audience you guys could tap into. How you do that through different versions or the same version or different pricing structures, that's obviously up to you guys, but there's a lot of room to expand in down the road. When you look at the audience of high-end prop traders and institutional traders, there's X amount of them, but there's X plus Y plus Z of the high-end retail. Obviously, a retail guy is not going to pay $10,000 for a customized software solution or trading solution, but maybe a different version that could run on more retail available hardware than a dedicated workstation that a trader has would be interesting to them at a lower price point. Maybe you have a very advanced software version, you make a thin client version for retail, and you price it accordingly because you already have the data going on servers. We're seeing a huge trend in that. I think that would definitely be a growth potential for Livevol as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think it's kind of like shows like yours and your website when the readers actually keep reading about sophisticated option strategies, maybe where the industry is going. I think all of that helps kind of like elevate the IQ level of the traders, and people are learning from each other. And there are more and more classes now that kind of show you how to use the data available to make good trading decisions.
Yes.
And also, to tell you the truth, the market making business is changing a lot. A lot of the market makers are now becoming customers because with portfolio margining, there's very small differences. And I think there's a lot of room for retailers and professionals, and many times it seems like the lines are getting like fuzzier.
I think a lot of that high-end retail segment now is guys like you and me, former market makers who know what they're doing, but they want to go to a retail account for a variety of reasons. They get customer priority. They can get almost as favorable margin treatment as they did when they had market maker accounts. There's a lot of reasons that a lot of former market maker guys are now using retail accounts. So that's definitely an audience for you guys as well. Now, just looking at the different landscaping, I love shows like this so I can kind of go browse the vendor room and see all the different front ends people are offering, all the different rear office type of stuff. I'm curious, who do you guys see as competition? Because there really isn't that much that I see that's comparable out there. The only thing I could think of maybe would be some of the free tools that are offered on some of the brokerage platforms that people can get. So what do you guys see in your own rearview mirror? Who's coming up on you?
I think for us, we're kind of like a consolidator. So all of us, like there are many companies that pretty much every company that we see could be a competitor, but also they could be a partner. And the whole point of doing this was I wanted one software that basically did it all. So I wanted analytics software that basically could tell me how to trade, what the historical trades has been, so I can make good trading decisions. Now, going forward, I think some of the things that when we do not have is execution, which people are kind of asking us to do. And we are also considering like algorithmic trading for the retail customers, but all those things are kind of in the future. I would say for the options industry, there's a lot of cool softwares out there. So I think it's up to each individual to kind of see which one fits them the best. But I feel very strongly that we have the best product.
Interesting you mentioned the execution side, because when I look at the ultimate end game for something like Livevol, where it makes a lot of sense as a standalone application, but also it would fit very well within the platform of, let's say, a big retail brokerage firm or options brokerage firm who has execution already, but they don't have what you guys offer, which is some of the data and analytics and other things they could have. And it could make an excellent component to a large firm like that. So is that an avenue you guys are pursuing, eventually being acquired by a larger firm and allow your tools to kind of be integrated into their tool set?
Yeah, I think for me, we have to explore all possibilities, and that would be one of them. For most of the platforms that I see out there, I think they do more directional trading. So they have you buy and sell vertical spreads. This way, it eliminates volatility. I think the next level of trading for retail customers is being able to take advantage of the volatility moves, and that's kind of what our software is about. So a lot of times, if you want to do volatility trading, it's either doing like calendar spreads or maybe doing some kind of like pair trading kind of spreads where you're actually recognizing one volatility higher than the other, and that part of the options intelligence, I guess, is I think just starting to catch on as more people are interested in volatility and how to take advantage of it.
Now, one of the last times I spoke with you guys, you said you were just going through a round and looking for some angel funding. Is that round now completed, and have you guys met all your funding goals, or are you still looking for a few more angels out there? Yeah,
we're pretty close to closing this round, but then we're going to start another round. So basically, that's the life of a startup, is you're actually never done raising money. But we're doing very well. We had our first customer last summer, and we are up to about 300 customers right now. And we're projected to break even by the end of the year. So
you guys are out in San Fran, so you're in the VC mecca, so I don't think you'll have a hard time finding a venture capitalist who will be interested. Of course, there's good and bad to both of that. I think some people, myself included, I tend to prefer the self-financed route, but there are definitely advantages to going with the VCs as well. So yeah, I think that's about all I have, unless there's something you'd like to add.
Yeah, I appreciate you inviting me and talking with everybody. I think I'm very excited to kind of get our name out there, because we're a new company. But I think our product is extremely valuable to anybody who wants to trade options, especially if you're into volatility trading. And for most people out there, for the professional traders, they make most of their money from volatility trades. So I actually do not make that much money from taking positions in terms of stock going up or down. I'm more of a volatility trader. So when the volatility is very high, I like to sell options, and when it's low, I like to buy options. So, and that's the next level, I think, for the trading intelligence for everybody out there.
Yeah, I think most options traders definitely fall into that vol trading camp. Before we sign off here, I'm just kind of curious, what is the price point for your Livevol service?
If you're a retail customer, it's $100 all in. If you're a professional, it's $250 a month, and professional is required to pay the exchange fees, which is to NYC, Amex, and Opera.
So the retail guy can get in for $100 a month?
Yeah, so basically you get the exact same software. I get this asked all the time. But you guys actually get the exact same software as the professionals. The only difference is the price. And the reason we did that was I think the professionals theoretically should have more money that they're attached to these trading decisions.
Theoretically.
Right, as well as they should be heavier users of this product. And it's a web-based product, so basically the cost is higher for a professional than a retail customer.
Well, I'm glad you can finally come on. I know we've had a lot of interest in Livevol. We have some of your content up on the site right now. Actually, a lot of good, unusual activity stuff, which our audience devours. So we always receive a lot of questions about what you guys are and what you do. So I'm glad you can come on and clear that up for us.
Yeah, Mark, thank you very much for inviting me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And that's going to do it for this episode of Options Insider Radio. Be sure to visit www.theoptionsinsider.com for more episodes of this program, as well as breaking news from the options market, the latest articles and analysis from options experts, a wide variety of options education, and of course our discussion center where you can share your questions, comments, and insights with your fellow Options Insider users. While you're there, be sure to register for our monthly email newsletter, as well as our free email alert system. Our email alert system makes it even easier to stay up to date on the latest content from theoptionsinsider.com. Thanks again for listening. My name is Mark Longo, and I'll see you next time on Options Insider Radio.
Options Insider Radio was created by Mark Longo and produced by Gene Crotty. Options Insider Radio is a production of the Options Insider Incorporated, all rights reserved.